Welcome back to the STRIVECast.
Season 3, episode 23.
Woo!
Yay!
Welcome back, everybody, to the STRIVECast, Season 3, Episode 20.
Yeah!
Should we go around and introduce ourselves? Noel, you want to start?
NPT. Hi.
NPT. How you doing, Noel?
Really good.
Really
I
good.
only did that to cheer everyone up when I said the yeah one.
Yeah, you did a great job. Cheered me right up. Nicely done. Jeff, want to introduce yourself? No. All right. Well, Jeff is here. Producer Susie, you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Susie, and I'm one producer.
You might be the co-host today.
My other teammate, Mrs. Whitney Susie Wiles.
Full name.
I
Hello.
am Jeff.
Good. Jeff's
Oh.
here too, Whitney. Glad you decided to join us, Jeff. Thank you. Sound and
Yeah.
video engineer, want to introduce yourself?
I am Ryan, the sound and video engineer.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, Ryan. Pete, want to go next?
I'm Pete. Welcome to the STRIVECast. Here we go.
And I'm Olivia. And now that Jeff has decided to join us, the gang is all here. So we are really excited for today's episode. We are interviewing Meghan Torjussen from WMTW, Channel 8 News here in Portland. So really excited to chat with her.
Yeah.
You might have seen that she did a news story about individuals with Down syndrome and how they're impacted by the coronavirus a couple weeks ago that Miss Susie was featured in, and her awesome mom Peggy. So I bet they're excited to reconnect, and we can chat about that and all things Strive and all things WMTW. So can't wait to see Meghan, right, Suze?
Yep, I'm really excited.
We have a great episode in store today. Anything else we want to chat about in the intro? Are we ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, I feel like a wall, girl.
Rock and roll. So God bless America, Noel?
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure we include that in there. Yep. And
Where'd she go?
Jeff. Oh, bye, Susie. And Jeff will be.
We'll be right back.
Please welcome Meghan Torjussen. Yay! Welcome, Meghan.
Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
So excited for you to be here. Thanks for coming on.
Of course.
And I think Noel has your first question. So go ahead,
Great.
Noel.
Welcome to the STRIVECast, Meghan. Tell us about your job at WMTW.
Well, very good question. I am an anchor and reporter for Channel 8 WMTW, which means that most of the time I'm at the desk presenting, reading, asking questions for the news. But sometimes I go out on the scene with a camera crew and a microphone, and I report events that are happening live, or special events that maybe are going on in the community. So I kind of wear both hats. Mostly it's the anchor hat, which would be the in-studio hat, but I love to flex my reporter muscles and go outside and meet people and talk to the community and do stories about what's happening and why that matters to us so much.
That's pretty fun, right, you guys?
Yes, it is.
It's a very, very fun job. It really is.
Great. Well, Jeff has your next question. Go ahead, Jeff.
Do you always know you wanted to be a news anchor?
Yeah, it's a really good question, Jeff, because I've actually thought about that a lot, because the answer really is no. But then when I look back, I kind of think, oh, that totally makes sense. And I'll explain. I decided to go back to school to be a journalist after 9/11. I lived in New York City and during 9/11. And was really fascinated and comforted by the flow of information and, learning more, knowing more, and that position of being in that position of communicating to people what's safe, what's okay, what they need to know in order to go about their day and feel safe and feel good about their families. So it really happened that it seemed like that moment in 2001 was really the turning point. But actually now I think back to when I was a kid watching the news with my dad. I used to love watching the news with my dad, specifically like 2020 on ABC at nighttime and CBS 60 Minutes. So I really like news magazine shows as a kid. So now I kind of realize, oh, that makes perfect sense. Like, of course, I was meant to do this, or this would be something that would interest me, but I kind of didn't figure it out till I was much older. So that's a really long answer. And I guess the short answer is no, I didn't always know, but eventually I figured it out.
And find what you like to do. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it took a while, but I finally figured it out.
You got there. We're glad that you did.
Yeah, thanks.
Megs, my sister also named Meg Cloutier. She used to live in New York. That's where you were at.
Megs,
Yeah.
formerly in New York.
The Megs taking the city by storm.
Nice, Suze.
Mr. Noel, you're up.
Yeah, back to you, Noel.
What is your favorite part of your about being on the news?
Okay, so my favorite part, I have a couple, if that's okay. The first thing that comes to mind is being able to talk to and meet everyone that we're looking at on the screen. I mean, what kind of job? I mean, that's a pretty amazing job where you go out and you get to meet new people and talk to them and learn their stories and being able to tell everyone else about it. And I think that that's really cool. So, I get to meet all different kinds of people in all different kinds of situations. So I find that really interesting. And that sort of leads into the next thing, which is no 2 days are ever the same. So I might be on the desk, but all the news that I'm reading or trying to report or trying to get to the bottom of, I mean, it really isn't the same day to day. So I never get that kind of like bored feeling at work. I mean, there's no such thing as bored in a newsroom. So I really like that because I'm, one of those people who like, it's hard to keep me interested. I have a short attention span, I guess. So news works really, really good in that way for me. But yeah, I mean, it's always keeps me on my toes. And then the third thing that I really like about it is more of like a, kind of like a logistical thing is that I don't, when the day's over, it's over. There's no going back. There's no going home and thinking about, oh, I've got this big thing that I've got to do tomorrow, because every day you show up, it's a surprise. You don't know what you're going to be working on for the most part. I mean, once in a while you do, but then, you kind of just like, oh, I've got to do this today. And then once you do it, it's aired and it's on the news and then it's over. And then, so I don't have to carry my day over from one day to the next, which is kind of fun.
Oh, that sounds awesome. That's
yeah,
so cool.
It's actually really, really
That's
nice because I'm one of those people who just constantly will think about work or whatever if I don't have a job like this. So it works out.
Great choice then. That's awesome.
Yeah, right.
And
Oh, go ahead, Suze.
and sometimes when my mom, me and dad always watching News Hour at 8, at 6 a month, or 5 or 5:30, I would see you, Meg, on every morning.
Nice.
That's right. I used to do
Every
mornings.
night.
I did mornings, which means I got up at 2:30 in the morning to be at work. I don't do that schedule anymore. But I know I didn't get very much sleep at all. But yeah, I used to do mornings and now I do evenings. You know, that's another thing, Susie. It's a really good point. Another thing I really like is that there's really no, regular schedule. You can work any kind of hours, any kinds of days, weekends, nights, mornings. You never know what you're going to get.
So cool. All right. Well, I think back to Noel, right?
Yeah, you just went.
Did you just go, Noel? Sorry. Then back to Jeff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that was my second one.
Okay. Go ahead, Jeff.
Megan, what is the most challenging part of your job?
Tell me again, the most what part?
What is the most challenging part of your job?
Difficult
Yeah,
part of my job?
Yeah.
Challenging?
Challenging. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
of your job, or the most challenging part of your job. Megan.
Okay. The most challenging part. Okay. So I think the most challenging part would be a couple of things. Staying on top of what's going on in the world, in Maine, in Washington, D.C., really making it a job outside of my job to stay informed. So you always have to, always like reading up in the newspapers and magazines and online, just trying to figure out and just trying to remember what's happening, what's going on in the world. And it makes you a better newscaster if you're better informed. You have more context. You can put things in a larger, broader context for people, which I think is important. And then, just on the day-to-day level, if I have to do any kind of live breaking event, which there's no script, I don't know what's going to happen next. It's a lot of ad-libbing. It's a lot of remembering certain facts. It's trying to keep it really smooth and understandable for people. So that is really the hardest part, but it's also, I think, the most fun, quite honestly. It's a nice challenge and it never really gets easy. So you're never like, oh, that old thing, no big deal. I mean, it's always kind of like on your toes. It's exciting and your focus level is really high. So I actually really like that part of my job.
Awesome. All right, Noel, back to you for real this time. Sorry, I'll get it right.
That's okay.
Now your third question.
What has been your favorite story that Yolo gotten to cover?
So my favorite story, I really, so if I could have two favorites, I started my job in a different state. So I didn't always work here in Maine. My first job on TV was in North Carolina, and it was right near the beach, or it was really kind of on the beach. And I was just there shooting. I used to shoot my own video. So I, would carry the camera and, run in front of it and talk and, whatever. So I used to do it all myself. So I happened to be there just to take some really pretty pictures of the water, the beach, and I saw this family. It was pretty empty. It was, probably like February. And I saw this family and they had like 6 kids and they were all kind of looking at the beach and collecting shells. And I just started talking to them. And I realized that the family, this is their first time ever seeing the ocean. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing. So I was like, hey, can I interview you guys about it? Can I do a story about it? And I did. And I interviewed this family about what it was like to collect shells and see the ocean and put your feet in the water. Something that living on the coast, even here in Maine, or at the time I was in North Carolina, but something that we might take for granted that's so beautiful. It's right in our backyard. These folks were seeing for the first time. And I thought, this is a great story. And I really enjoyed that story. Still to this day, that was over 10 years ago. And I still really enjoy that story. But I have to be honest with you, covering coronavirus the last year has really been extremely important to me. And, I'm not just saying that I think because I'm in it, but I also think that it's been, it's obviously the first time we've ever kind of seen anything like this in our lifetimes, most of us, the majority of us. And I think when it comes to families and kids and, you know, the community, this has been the biggest story I'll ever cover. And I've really been invested in it, you know, whether or not it's because I just had a baby this year and, you know, I'm expanding my family and schools are impacted and my son went off to kindergarten. It's just been really a really important story to me, and therefore, you know, one of the most poignant and important for me to cover.
Great answer.
Yeah, and thank you for all your work in covering it.
Oh
You
yeah,
guys have been amazing.
my goodness, of course. I mean, that's you know what we love to do.
All right, Jeff, final question from you, and then we'll do the lightning round.
Yeah.
What's one thing you wish everyone know about being a news anchor?
That's also a very good question. You guys have great questions. Maybe you guys should be journalists. Maybe you need to be reporters and anchors. The one thing I want everyone to know, or wish that everyone knew, is that when we go on TV, people have not done all the hard work for us. We do that ourselves. So I write my own stories. I used to, in North Carolina, shoot my own stories with my own camera and edit them. We write them, we voice them, we work with a photographer closely who puts them together. So, you know, some people think it's glamorous, and I guess it kind of looks that way. And there are elements of that too, you know, a little bit. But for the large part, it is a really difficult job. That's really, you know, I understand the important professional responsibility that I have, but that you know, you work really hard up until, you know, news time. And that's kind of just when you get to show people what you do. We don't just like show up, hair and makeup, and say, oh, I'm going to read something now. You know, we work really hard at it. And I want everyone to know that we're invested in it, you know, just as much as anybody else who might be behind the scenes.
That's a great answer and a great thing for everyone to know about news anchors and journalists worldwide. All right. Well, Megan, I think those were all of our regular interview questions. So guys, what's it time for now? Time for the
round.
round. So Megan, I don't think I told you this part, that these questions are off the cuff. So they're coming up with them on the spot. So
nothing off limits.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So Jeff usually goes first in the lightning round. Jeff, would you like to kick it off?
Yes.
All right.
I would.
All right, go for it.
Go for it.
What type of fish do you like to fish for?
Do I like to fish for? No fish. I don't like to fish. I like to eat halibut, but I don't like to fish.
Okay. It's halibut. Okay.
Halibut's delicious, but I don't fish. My husband fishes. I don't fish.
Oh, okay.
I do sometimes.
You sometimes fish. Nice. All right,
Yeah.
Noel, over to you. Lightning round question.
Okay. Let's see. What is your favorite plant?
My favorite plant? A fiddle leaf fig tree.
Ooh.
I have one. Yeah, I love them. They are impossible to keep alive in my house for some reason. My husband constantly is giving me a tough time because I'll go and I buy them after they die. I've probably bought 6 of them. I love them. And I currently have one in my hallway that I can see from here that's doing very well. So fingers crossed, but I love fiddle leaf figs. That's an indoor plant. Outside, I think maybe peonies are my favorite flower in my garden.
There you go.
Nice. Great answers. All right, Susie, over to you.
My favorite plant?
No, your question.
No, you're gonna ask a question.
Oh yeah, my question.
Go for it. Okay, go ahead.
What is your favorite season?
Favorite season, summer. Hands down, summer.
Me
I'm a warm
too.
weather person and I love the beach.
Me too. And you know why I like summer?
I
Why?
know the answer.
Because my birthday!
Oh, yep. That's always a good
Birthday.
reason. When is your birthday?
4.
You're going to be 34. Oh my goodness. You're a youngin'. You got time. You're so young. When's your birthday, Susie?
July 25th.
Okay.
That's on Sunday this year.
Good to know,
Perfect.
Suze. We'll mark the calendars.
Yeah.
Jeff.
All right, Jeff. Yeah, back to you, Jeff.
Okay. What is your favorite restaurant and why?
Ooh, here.
Ooh.
My favorite restaurant. Wait. Gosh, I haven't been to a restaurant in a long time because I have 2 kids, I'll be honest. And the last year we've been sort of in the house. But before that, when I had an opportunity to go places, my favorite restaurant is Central Provisions. And I like it because, first of all, the food's really good, but I also love the idea of like different small plates, kind of like a tapas type thing, because I'm very indecisive. And I love food, so I want to try everything. So Central Provisions has that option where everything's kind of small and you can just eat everything. So that's my favorite place.
Definitely hits the mark for those requirements. That's awesome. Yeah. All right, Noel, back over to you.
Okay. Let's see.
Let's see.
What is your favorite art picture?
Art picture.
I guess photography would count, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have these pictures over my shoulder of my kids. Well, on this is my ring light over here. So that's not my son, but there's a picture up here of them together. And my daughter Stella's in her diaper, and my son Knox is like snuggling her. And I love it so much. She was so young there, and she still is. I mean, she's only 6 months old, but she was just a little baby, and it was so nice to see them together. And so this would really be my favorite. And it's just happens that it's up over my shoulder. I'm not saying that because it's there, but it really truly is my favorite. It really is.
Well, it's a great choice. All right, Susie, you want to do one more lightning round?
Oh yes. Tell us your favorite joke.
What's your best joke, Megan?
Gosh, oh my goodness.
Don't have one. These guys.
Okay, I got one.
Okay, go for it.
I got one. We tell jokes in this house a lot. I have a 5-year-old, so he likes like quote unquote dad jokes. Okay, wait, this is my favorite. Okay. Why did the banana go to the doctor?
Why?
Because he wasn't peeling well.
Susie's knocked out. That was a good one. Go ahead, Jeff.
Olivia.
Yes?
I do have a question from Megan.
Go for it. It's your show. Go for it.
All right, cool. How do you like Roger Griswold?
How do I like Roger? I love Roger.
Yeah, who does the weather?
Yes, I love Roger. He is very funny and very smart. And he always has like really good tidbits of information. So the guy that you see on screen is very similar to the guy that you see, who's off camera. He knows a lot about stuff. I'm pretty sure he was an Eagle Scout. So he knows a lot about like random, nature, survival questions. He does, like outings every year, like goes out into the woods to the Allagash and does that for a week and goes off the grid. I mean, he's a really cool guy and really funny. So I like him a lot. He's a very close coworker too, because we do a lot of shows together. So
That's awesome, Megan.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, he's really fun to work with. In fact, I did a story last week and we don't see each other all that often anymore because we're kind of all spread out because of COVID. So not all of us are in the studio. And I did a story last week and he, texted me, "Hey, great story. I found it really interesting." And I was like, "Roger, that's amazing. Like, thanks for the, good old pep talk. It's just nice to work with somebody like that."
Awesome.
I
Good
know.
question, Jeff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I really like Roger as well because you cover all the basic of the weather and I really like it a lot and you're one of the best people that I like about your news station.
Oh, thank you so much. Once all this COVID nonsense is behind us and we're all vaccinated, I would love for you guys to come in and have like a tour of the studio. You could meet Roger and like play with all the weather maps because it's really fun. Everyone loves the weather guy. Like, we're not that interesting. Nobody likes the news people. Everybody likes the weather people.
We are fans
But I
of the
can see
news.
why. They have fun toys.
I love the weather, but I also like you as well because
Yeah, good answer, Jeff.
Good job.
That's
Thank
what
you.
we want to hear.
Maggie, you cover every segment.
Thank
right.
you. Thank you. But the weather people do have the best toys. Let's be honest.
Yes.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, we would love to come take a tour of the studio sometimes in the future, right,
Good.
guys? That would be so much fun.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Yes, it will.
Megan, those are all of our questions that we had for you today. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. This was really fun. And I would come back anytime. So if you ever need a guest in a pinch, you know who to call.
Awesome.
Don't promise us that because we will take you up on that offer
Okay, good.
soon. Awesome. Thank you, Megan. Have a great
Thank you.
day.
Thank
Yes,
Maggie.
you too. Bye, guys. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Yeah, you're the best.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Megan.
You guys are the best, honestly. Good
Oh,
question.
no, you're not. You are.
No, you. Thank you. Good questions.
Thanks, Megan.
Bye.
Jeff, what do you say? We'll be.
We'll be right back.
STRIVECast is brought to you by.
Your ad is right here.
You're on it right here.
Right here, baby.
Is it $10 or $15?
Well, no, I'm glad you asked. It's actually going to be 2 for 20 for March.
For
March Madness.
20.
Reach out to us, strivecast@pslstrive.org, or give us a call. We want to make a plan for you. There's no reason you shouldn't be advertising on this show. It's such a deal. You get two episodes for $20. You can't go wrong with that. You're spending that when you go out to lunch. So come on, give us a call. We'll make a great plan and promote your business. Okay? Then we'll stop talking about it for a while. All right? So call us now or email strivecast@pslstrive.org. Right, Jeff?
Yes, Pete, that is correct.
All right. Then what do you say? We'll be
right back.
All right, we're back and it's time for
Susie's
Susie's Cues. Want to sing us your song?
Of course.
Oh, we're standing up.
We're getting the dance. Yes.
Susie Cues. Susie Cues. Oh, Susie Cues. Yeah.
whoa.
Ooh, big
Good
finish.
list.
Awesome. Susie, what are the cues about today?
Today is about popcorn
Popcorn. What's today's holiday?
in honor of National Popcorn Lovers Day.
Popcorn Lovers Day. Awesome. We got some popcorn cues.
Yes, I do.
Do you want to give us a leaderboard update?
I sure
Yeah.
do. All right. We have in the cellar with 24 points, Olivia, followed by Whitney S. Wilds with 25, followed by Susie with 26, Ryan also with 26, NPT with 29, And somehow Jeff is still in the lead with 31 points.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
let's see
today
how
be
he
the
does.
day that somebody catches him.
Oh, yeah. Let's see how much he knows about popcorn. So, Susie, you ready for question 1?
All right, girl.
All right, go for
Got
it.
4 questions for you today on popcorn.
4 girls.
And guys.
Guys, I meant to say March 9th is a National Popcorn Day. Is that true or false?
All right. March 9th, which is today, is National Popcorn Day. True or false? Let's start with the ladies today. Let's go with Susie.
True. All right, and lock it in.
Susie's in it. True. Olivia.
Go with true.
All right. And Whitney Susan.
I will go with true.
Okay. All right. Guys, time. March 9th is National Popcorn Day. Is that true or false? Let's start with Ryan.
True.
Okay. Everybody's in true so far. Noel?
Me too.
You too?
I'm
As
up
in-
with T.
Capital T as in true. All right. And Jeff?
Pete, I'm true locked in.
Okay. We're off to a rousing start because everybody's in it true and everybody is wrong. I'm sorry to say.
Ooh.
It is. Today
Wow.
is March 9th, and March 9th is Popcorn Lovers Day.
Okay,
Oh.
question.
Leverage Day.
January 19th.
Oh, come on.
January 19th is actually National Popcorn Day. Today is Popcorn Lovers Day. Who knew?
Uh-huh.
2 separate popcorn days.
Gotta have 2 separate ones, of course.
So no points for,
No points.
well, anyone.
All right, Susie, Q2.
Okay, popcorn is a dream snack because it is low in calories.
Okay. Is that true or false? The popcorn is a dream snack because it's low in calories. And we're going to start with the guys this time. Let's start with Jeff. We'll go backwards.
Okay. AP.
Yes, sir.
I think I'm going to say true to this one.
Okay.
I think it is because popcorn is an afternoon snack.
Okay. Popcorn is an afternoon snack. Okay. So Jeff's in it true. Noel? True or false?
Because when you go to the movie to get popcorn,
Yeah, and I didn't hear what you said. Was it true or false?
true.
Okay. 2 trues. Ryan?
True.
All right. The guys are all in it true. Susie?
False.
Okay.
Ah.
Going with false. Olivia?
False as well.
Okay. Whitney?
My gut says with the guys. True.
All right. So here we go. Team divided. That is true. It's
Yeah.
gluten-free. It does not contain nuts, soy, or dairy, and it's only about 31 calories per cup, not counting butter you might put on it. That's where your movie popcorn comes in, Jeff. So that one is going to be true, and that's points for, let's see, everybody but Olivia and Susie, I guess. So Noel, Ryan,
Until next
Jeff,
time, Suze.
and Whitney get a point.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, Q3.
New studies shows that the same in some ways popcorn may be healthier than fruit and vegetables. Is that true or false?
Wow. All right. So new studies show that in some ways popcorn can be healthier than fruit, may be healthier than fruits and vegetables. Well, I forget whose turn it is. I think we started with ladies, guys. It must be back to the ladies. Let's start with Olivia. True or false on that one?
I'll go with true. Maybe.
Okay. Olivia's going with true. Whitney. Oh, Susie, go ahead.
I'm going with live on this one. True.
You sure you want to do that?
I'm in last place.
2 trues. All right, Whitney.
I'm gonna say false.
Okay. Ooh, the girls are divided today. All right. Noel shaking his head.
F.
F.
Mr. Fox himself.
Mr. False himself. Okay. How about Ryan?
False.
False. Ooh, we're now, and this is a good split. And then Jeff, what do you say? True or false?
I think I'm gonna say false on this one.
Okay. So let's see. We've got who's in it true? Just Susie and Olivia?
Yep.
All right. Well, that is a good move for them because it is true.
No.
Okay. According to prevention.com, new studies show that popcorn may have more antioxidants than a day's worth of fruits and vegetables. So that is a point for Susie and Olivia. And that means
Made up for the last one, Susie.
everybody has earned 1 point so far today. So, here we go.
All right.
3, 2, guess how many chemicals are in a cup of unpopped popcorn?
Okay, this is going to be a hard one because we're looking for a number here. Guess how many kernels are in a cup of unpopped popcorn. So we're looking for a number. So if anybody can get this exactly right, I will give 10 points.
Okay.
Can you give a hint as to how many digits long it is?
No.
Okay.
I think
No hints. Okay. So
We
how
said a
about,
cup of popcorn.
yes. So one more time. Try to guess how many kernels are in a cup of unpopped popcorn. Okay. And how about the closest person will get 2 points.
Okay.
Price is Right rules, closest without going over will get 2 points. If somebody gets it exactly right, they will get 10 points. Okay. All right. And I think it's the guy's turn. And I'm going to have to write these down, I guess. So Noel, why don't you go first?
I think 60.
60. Okay. Ryan?
I will go 350.
Okay. Jeff?
I say 345.
Ooh, okay. Susie, you gonna go?
think 672, yes.
Okay, 672. Olivia?
I'm going to go 400.
Even 400. Whitney? You gonna do the Price is Right $1?
150.
150?
As in 150?
Okay, well, the bad news is no one got it exactly right because the correct guess is 1,600.
Wow.
Susie gets 2.
So Susie is the closest for 2.
Yes! I got that right! Oh, yeah!
Nice job.
You want to do the outro, Susie?
Yeah, want to sing us out while he counts the numbers?
Oh, yes.
All right, go for it.
I got it right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got it right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got it right.
Wow, with a booyah in there, I think.
All right, Pete, where does the leaderboard stand now?
Okay, well, it doesn't look much different actually than where we were. We have Olivia with 25, Whitney with 26, Ryan with 27. Here's the move of the day. Susie is up to 29 with her 3-point performance today.
Yes!
With 30 and Jeff with 32.
Wow.
Who got 30?
You,
Thank you.
second place, 30 points.
Right, nice job. And Jeff will be.
We'll be right back.
All right, we're back, and it's time for
Right segment.
your segment. What's your segment called?
That's Jeff.
Ask Jeff. Pete, who asked Jeff a cue this week?
Today's question comes from Mary in South Portland, and she emailed us just like you can at pslstrive.org. And she writes, Dear Jeff, if you could be the president and CEO of any company in the world, what company would you choose and why? Thanks. Love the show. Mary from South Portland.
Good question, Mary.
Good question, Max.
If I was a president,
Yeah, the president of any company in the world. What company would you want to be the president of?
I think probably I would be the president of Strive.
Oh, there you go. Not
Good
the Boston
answer.
Red Sox?
What?
Not the Boston Red Sox?
No.
No?
No, because Aaron is a manager for the Red Sox.
Yes, but you could be the president of the Red Sox.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I can do that. Yeah. And
You'd be rolling in the big bucks too.
Yeah, or the president of a record label, I figured you'd maybe choose, or
yes. If I was the president of Strive, I would have my co-host of Strive will be Pete, and he'd be my Secretary of State. You know, to have these like secret meetings. Like a secret chamber or something. Really ask typical questions and stuff.
okay, all right. Anybody else? Noel, Susie,
I
Ryan?
was the president.
I'd be president of Strive.
Noel, how about you? What?
I was going to say it before she.
Okay, well, go ahead now. Jump right in.
Okay. If I was the president.
Of what company?
For what company? It will be the company of home repairs, movie, and settings and quality.
Home repairs, settings, and quality?
Yeah.
Business and fitness.
Huh. Okay. Is that a new company you'd start?
I think so.
What does that company do?
To how to lose weight and do more exercise and be in a movie in a company.
And home repairs?
Thought this was about
Yeah,
home
what about the home repair?
Oh yeah, yeah. For different equipment to
Like fitness equipment repairs?
a workout equipment.
Okay.
To repair of a cup holder or a digital clock or something.
Okay. A very interesting business model you have there.
What a wide array of things.
Specialize in cup holders and digital clocks.
And
How
Ryan.
about you?
Yeah, hold on, let's go. Ryan's turn.
Let's have Ryan.
I have pride working for Strive already, but like I would take the opportunity to be a president with a Strive.
Oh, good.
But,
I thought you would have been some big, like, president of Google or something.
Well, I was gonna also say, if I was given the opportunity elsewhere to work as a president for like Microsoft or even
There you
Google,
go.
I would, if I made such a really big salary, I would donate a good portion of it to Strive and still contribute my volunteering of Strive and still being the member that was on there because I still have the pride with Strive. I mean, it's still a really great organization that I have my pride to. I would never completely swallow it away.
Well, thank you, Ryan.
Great answer,
You're
Ryan.
winning
I
this
know it's
round.
kind of put me on the line here, but that's just my honest answer. I feel like going there.
Well, that's a great one. All right.
That
What about you, Britt?
Hold on. Noel was saying something.
that's like that movie with Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson got a job at The Intern.
Yeah.
That's not the same movie. That I think you're thinking of Wedding Crashers, but The Intern is also a good
They
movie.
were together, working together in that movie.
Yeah, there is a movie like
They
that.
are? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny. All right. Well, great. Thanks to Mary for writing in from South Portland. And again, like Pete said, if you want to write in, you can write to Jeff at strivecast@pslstrive.org and ask any question you'd like some advice on or want to hear the guys answer. We'll put the best one on the air. So,
Whitney was gonna go before I said.
Whitney, sorry, would you like to go?
I don't know what company. Maybe like a travel company or something, so you could go different places.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But if you would be a
Kindergarten teacher?
kindergarten teacher in your
President of
time.
the Kindergarten
Sounds
Teachers Union.
Sounds great.
All right. Well, Jeff, you know what to say. Will be.
We'll be right back.
Noeltry, can you hear a Noeltry? Walking down a mistletoe, walking around on a pole. Noeltry.
That's a good intro. Like it.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
Noel. What poem are you going to share with us today? What's today's poem called?
The poem is called a Hat.
A hat.
By Noel P. Thompson.
Let's hear it.
Cat.
A hat is a hat you put on your head. But if you lose your hat up a tree, you never know if there is a monkey up the tree. So when monkey jumps down and grabs many hats, all the terrors will come and say, hat, hat, give him back my hat. Chee 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 chee. But monkeys couldn't answer, but they had a kick in their boot. But if they didn't have a kick on their boot, then the tree might fall down, and Jack will lost his crown. But we don't know how long did he lose his crown. If the monkeys wouldn't stop getting the hat and fell down with the crown, and Robin Hood will shoot his bow and arrow to get the monkey loose in the sky.
Wow. There's a lot to cover there.
My favorite part was chee chee
Chee
chee.
chee chee chee. Mine too.
That was the tree in the monkey story.
The tree and the monkey story. Tell us about it. What is it about?
The old man asking for his hat back
Mm-hmm.
from the monkey.
And why did the monkey take the hat?
Because he's a monkey.
What is the meaning behind the poem? What do you think?
The meaning behind the poem is if you lose a hat, make sure you have it and don't let anyone get it.
Hold on tight to your belongings.
What was the chee chee chee? Is that the noise the monkey makes?
Wow. I learned a lot, I think.
Yeah.
Great poem, Noel. Thank you. Anything else you want to share during your segment?
Not really.
All right. Well then, Jeff, we'll be.
We'll be right back.
STRIVECast is brought to you by
Listeners like you.
Listeners like who, Ryan?
Peter Wilds.
Peter Wilds!
Can you
Yay!
please
I
witness
was
that?
just gonna say, Whitney, who's Peter Wilds?
That would be my dad, and he left
He's
us
dad. Shout out.
last.
Yeah. Shout out to Peter Wilds. Thank you for listening, Peter. We so greatly appreciate it, right, guys?
Thanks, Pete.
That's right. He's getting ready for his own
Yeah.
big fundraiser. He's going to walk all the way from Portland to Fenway Park coming up
Wow.
later this summer. There's a fundraiser for, I believe, childhood cancer and the Jimmy Fund. So if you're not familiar with that, it's worth getting on the old Google machine and checking it out.
Man.
All right. Thanks, Peter and Jeff. We'll be.
We'll be right back.
All right, we're back, and it's time to wrap.
Wrap it up,
it
wrap it up, 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 wrap it up,
All right.
I
Noel
think
is
Jeff's
playing.
favorite part is when we wrap it up.
I think they're getting excited to leave.
The Jeff
Noel, were
energy
you
level
playing
from the beginning of the show to the end of the show.
I was just gonna say he brings the heat at the very end. Noel, were you just playing the flute? Is that what that was?
The saxophone.
Saxophone, excuse me.
Oh,
All right. Wow.
Listen.
Did you say hi to Whitney, Noel?
Hi, Whitney.
We have been on Zoom for over an hour. Okay. Jeff, we are wrapping up the show. Thank you so much to our guest, Meghan Torjussen. That was an awesome interview. So excited to have her on the show. So thanks to Meghan for coming and joining us. You guys did a great interview. Nicely done.
Thank you.
thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Thank you so much to our sound and video engineer, Ryan, for putting the show together each and every week, making us sound, look, and feel amazing.
Yep.
Thank you to our producer.
Hey, Pete.
So, going
Yes,
on the
Jeff.
road every single week.
Hey, Pete, how did I do?
You did great, buddy. There you go.
Strive will be a lot of fun this year.
Strive Rocks is going to be a lot of fun this year. When's it going to be, Noel?
May 7th. It's almost here.
All right,
Oh.
so let's go back to wrapping up the show. So Noel, great point. Strive Rocks is going to be a lot of fun this year. It's going to be on Friday, May 7th, overnight into Saturday, May 8th. All night dancing, music, games, fun.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's going to be the virtual event of the year.
Prizes,
Don't
prizes, prizes.
prizes on prizes. So head over to striverocks.org to get signed up today. Cannot wait. We thanked all our peeps. We thanked Meghan for coming on. I think that's all we got for today. So we'll see everybody next week.
Don't forget
Right.
the March special.
Right.
2 for
March
20.
special, 2 for 20.
Come on,
Advert,
make it
your
happen.
ad here. All right. We'll see everybody next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yes. Bye, crazy.
Noel,